I'm Pete from Yellow Technology. We're an audio consultancy here in the UK. We work with recording studios, audio post-production studios, music production studios, and all manner of film and TV composers. Many of the projects we work on involve Apple computers. Until recently they've been based around the Mac Pro. The existing Mac Pro is no longer available in this country due to compliance issues, and the new Mac Pro isn't due to arrive with us until probably early 2014, so we're currently in a bit of a no man's land as far as computers are concerned. There are a couple of options for us. We can obviously look at different platforms such as Windows, and we can also look at alternative Apple computers such as the iMac or the Mac Mini. These present us with similar issues to the new Mac Pro in that they don't have PCI Express slots. So in a way it's a good preparation for when the new Mac Pro does arrive. So today we're going to look at a system based around an iMac. We're currently putting some systems together for a professional music production studio that currently runs Mac Pros of an older generation and needs to move to Pro Tools HDX and Pro Tools 11. And so if you own a Mac Pro that is of an older generation, 2 generations older or more, you may find that a new iMac is more powerful than what you've got already. And it can be a useful stepping stone towards the new Mac Pro. Obviously, when Apple introduce a new computer to the extent that they're doing with the new Mac Pro, where it's a completely different system, it's a completely new architecture, it's not always advisable to jump in with both feet straight away. There can be hardware and software conflict issues which can take a long time to sort out, and if you're working in a professional environment, it's not necessarily one you want to trial. So with the studio we're working on at the moment, we're switching to iMacs from Mac Pros, and we have here an iMac 3.4 GHz i7 machine, and sitting next to it is the Magma EB3T Thunderbolt Expansion Chassis, which allows us to use Pro Tools HDX cards with the iMac. Now, if you're familiar with using expansion chassis in previous generations, you'll remember that they were very big things, very unreliable things, and caused all sorts of issues of their own. Well, this certainly is a lot smaller. I mean, it's barely bigger than the cards themselves. It has 3 slots, and it has 2 Thunderbolt ports on it, so that we can daisy chain other Thunderbolt devices if we need to. So we're going to be attaching this to the iMac here. Now, one thing you should be aware of is that the expansion chassis has this fan on it here. Now, it's not a hugely noisy fan, but it is noisy enough that you probably wouldn't want it in your control room. And this presents another issue to us. Copper-based Thunderbolt cables only run to maximum of 3 meters. So how can we get the expansion chassis into our machine room? Well, we've just taken delivery of our first optical Thunderbolt cable, which is what we're going to use for the studio we're working on at the moment. And this is it. Doesn't look particularly remarkable, but when you consider that in that connector you have all the circuitry to turn your Thunderbolt signal into an optical signal to go down this cable and out the other end, where there's another converter. You can see how complicated it is, and you can perhaps understand why it's a very expensive cable. This cable, I think, is in the region of £500. This is a 10 metre cable. You can get the 20 metre cable and the 30 metre cable currently. We would envisage that the cost of the cables will come down over the coming months and years, but probably not for some months yet. So what we're going to do now is we're going to show you this system that we built. It's a Pro Tools HDX2 system running on the iMac 3.4 GHz i7 with the expansion chassis. We're now going to plant this expansion chassis about 10 metres away in another room, and we're going to show you what the system is capable of. Okay, so here we are in our remote machine room. We've got the Magma Thunderbolt chassis here, and we've got a Pro Tools HDX2 system inside that, and then we've got Sync HD and Avid Omni interface attached to that. I'm not sure whether you'll be able to hear, but there's quite a noticeable noise from the fan on the expansion chassis here, so this you wouldn't want that sitting next to you in your control room. This is the machine room scenario. You've got everything here remotely from your computer.
Hello, I'm Dan. We've now connected the iMac to the expansion chassis about 10 metres away using the 10 metre optical cable. We've opened up a demo Pro Tools session, which is Earth and Stars by Kelly Malone. The playback engine has been set to HDX, and the session runs as expected. As you'll see, the session isn't the largest of sessions without any very hungry plugins, but it does demonstrate that Pro Tools can run on an iMac. Looking at the CPU usage, you'll see that the CPU barely touches 6%.
So there you have it. You can run Pro Tools HDX or another card-based audio system with an iMac or a Mac Mini using the Magma Thunderbolt Expansion Chassis, and you can separate that in your machine room by using an optical based Thunderbolt cable. I hope this has been useful. Please look out for other videos. Thanks for watching.